Well, and this is why we recruit all those tight ends. And it was, you saw with Jim when he was at Stanford, they were loaded at tight end as well. Those are low risk throws. And when you have a reputation for power running football, for running the ball a lot on early downs, those linebackers are going to cheat up. You take advantage of that. You get them out in space, misdirections, play actions, waggles, hit those tight ends out in the flat. The one thing we had heard a lot in the summer and throughout camp that we never saw in this game, Chris Evans is a fantastic receiver out of the backfield. We never saw him try to take advantage of Florida's overplaying the run coming out of the backfield in passing plays. And I think that's where we could have had some of those drives where we asked our freshman kicker to become the first kicker in Michigan history, Quinn Nordine. And for people wondering, that's the guy. Now you know why Harbaugh slept at his house. All right? He's the first kicker. We've played football in Michigan since 1879. He's the first guy in Michigan history to kick 2 50-yard field goals in a game. Okay, so now you know why he slept at the kid's house. He's a weapon. Well, maybe you don't ask him to kick those 2 50-yard field goals if after a sudden change situation, you don't just run the ball off tackle when they're all juiced up, and instead you fake that and get Chris Evans coming out of the backfield, get him isolated on a guy one-on-one, because there's very few defenders in college football that can tackle Chris Evans one-on-one in space. That's something we heard a lot about. We did not in camp that we were going to see. We didn't see it on Saturday. I think you'll see it more as we get into Big Ten play. Now, the thing we did see on Saturday, we heard a lot about in camp, is that Michigan, with young guys like Eubanks and McEwen, they have some speed at tight end they haven't had in the past, that those guys are going to be able to go down the field. They're not Jake Butt, but they're faster, meaning they don't have the total package of skill that he has, but they can stretch a defense more. And that long play we had on the drive that ended up essentially finishing Florida off offensively, that was Raphael Eubanks, a redshirt freshman tight end, getting behind a Florida safety for a big pass play. That's something we could not do last year.
I would have thrown out the name Ali Haji Sheik if somebody would have asked me, is a Michigan kicker ever gone from distance twice? Good stuff.
That's a good reference. That's early 80s Bo Schembechler right there. Well played, Mark.